Hey, what's up everybody out there in Learning Land? Tyler from 10thumbspro.com coming at you with a new guitar tutorial like we do every single Monday. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell if you like this kind of content, and hit that like button like it owes you money. It really does help us. Today we're talking rhythm and we're talking Jimi Hendrix. 7 different concepts inspired by the master to spicing up your rhythm today. Printable tabs to this tutorial by becoming a Patreon, cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. Links in the notes, links to the specific tab pinned in the first comment. You will also see some timestamps to jump to the part of the tutorial that you are learning. Additional links in the description, including my email if you want some one-on-one lessons via Zoom or Skype, as well as Instagram. Tag us at 10thumbspro and we'll share you playing this lesson on our story. Who knows, might score some new followers. Let's break it down. Grab the guitar. We're playing on a Strat. Feel free to play any electric guitar that you want or even an acoustic. It's totally up to you. Any guitar you have, you can follow along. Brain and attention span. Once you have those 3 things, follow me on in and let's learn this lesson. Let's do it. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump into these different ideas. Now, these aren't so much, it's not a particular song. These are ideas that you can apply to songs you already know to make your covers like gimified versions. You can apply that to your songwriting. They're just rhythm ideas that you can improve to improve your rhythm playing, which is a lot more fun than people give it credit. I think everybody just wants to solo and solo and solo. But when you start to understand what rhythm really can be, its full potential, you realize how fun it is. So the first concept is tuning down a half step, actually. And we're going to start with our tuning even before we play. So we are E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. So when I make an E chord, I'm actually playing an E flat. Now, Jimmy, if I kick on my overdrive, Jimmy's playing was a lot of overdriven rock and roll, fuzz and everything like that, but it makes it a little harder to hear the specific notes. So we're going to teach it without the pedal, but we'll kick it on every now and again so you can hear it more in the context. But by having that overdrive off, it's a little easier to hear what we're doing. All right, so we got our tuning. That's idea 1, believe it or not. Your Strat loves to be in E flat tuning. Other guitars do, but the Strat really likes to sit that half step down. The first one that we're going to look at rhythm-wise is this cool major chord idea. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're making an A major shape. This is actually really an A flat, and it's based off the E chord in the cage system. Bar the 5th fret, ring finger 7th fret of the A string, pinky 7th fret of the D, middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string. Your index finger is playing the 5th fret of both the B and the E. So this is what would normally standard tuning be an A. For us, it's an A flat. And what we do is we have the major pentatonic sits right there. So from this shape, you can jump into the major pentatonic anytime you want. So where is it? We got a root note here. From here, the box is up a whole step. So we're 5th fret. We start on the 7th fret. But think about it as a whole step up from this root note. Because if you think about it as a whole step up from the root note, you can get there from this shape anywhere on the fretboard. Whole step up. And then there we go. Whole step. And then we repeat that string below. Same exact frets. So we got 5, 7. Well, 7, 9. 7, 9 on the A string. And then 7, 9 on the D string. 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9. And your root note is here on the 7th fret of the D string, just like your octave up from your root note here. A chord. 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7. again, you can get there from that shape with this shape in any chord. If we make this a C chord, really it's a B chord because we're tuned down a half step. Here, this is the 8th fret. We would go up a whole step to 10. And we have 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Some overdrive. Maybe we'll play it down low. G flat. Let me turn some treble up. So you see that that's going to work from that shape anywhere on the fretboard. So that's concept number 1. Great to have in the bag because the major shape, you can do that in any key. You can do it with any major chord all over the place. The next one is a major chord with our A note, or our A string as our root note, based on the A shape in the cage system. The first one was the E from the caged. This one's A from the caged. And this shape looks like this. A major, B major, C, D, E, F, G, A. So we have a nice inversion here that runs right into the major pentatonic again. So if we make a D major, 5th fret, 7, 7, 7, we get into home row, position number 1 of our major pentatonic, just like that. So the inversion of the chord, well, let's look at how we get in there. We're just going to start, and again, this works for any key. 5th fret, I'm going to use my ring finger here to jump up on the 7th fret and slide to 9. And now I'm in the major pentatonic, right? So 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10. My major root. Relative minor root back on the 7, B minor. So to get from this chord to my major pentatonic, I take my ring finger here, whole step up from my root, slide up a whole step, and now I'm right in my major pentatonic with my root right here. Major root, major root, major root. And these double stops work great. So one you could do is just a nice little basic lick. Play the D chord, pluck the 5th fret, strum down, slide 7 to 9, then bar 5, 5, 5, and then we're going to hammer on to the 7th fret of the D string, and then pull off and play 5, 5, another double stop. This is really common in The Wind Cries Mary. Okay, so you'll see that in that song quite a bit. This is also, you'll hear it quite a bit in Leonard Skinner used to do this trick a lot. C, D. And we can do this anywhere again. So we just did that with the D, but let's do this. Let's transpose that same lick we did into the key of E. Find our E root, 7th fret, make our E major chord, 7, 9, 9, 9. We need to be able to get into our major shape. So our finger here, whole step up from our root, slides up a whole step, and now we're in our major shape. And from there, if you know your major scales, you can move all up and down around and all over the fretboard. So that is the A root first inversion idea. You can even start with the chord here. If we go back to the D, you can play the inversion. As well. Cool. So that is concept number 2. A great concept. Very tasty. A case study for that one would be The Wind Cries Mary. All right, concept number 3. It is scorching hot today in the studio. No air conditioning, as you could probably tell. Is the Jimi Hendrix chord and how we can play off this chord. The Jimi Hendrix chord is the E7 sharp 9. So now the 7 sharp 9, you can move it around, but particularly in this shape was Jimmy's favorite because we have the open E string going against it. 7th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, with the open E as well. Purple Haze is a great case study for this particular song, or for this particular idea, what he's doing here. This also sits right on top of shape number 4 of the minor pentatonic and shape number 3. So you have do 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 do. That same shape, actually, that you was using from the G major, actually. So it would be 5-7 5-7 5-7. For this particular chord progression, maybe he'll go from G to A, but from this particular minor chord, we have all these cool things that we can do. So here's 2 licks. So that's lick number 1. Do, do, boom. 1 and 2 with our chord. Then we're going to go into 16ths and we're going to play 5-7 5-7. Back to the 5th fret. 7 6 5. So we got the flat 5th in there, the blues note. Three and a 4 E and a 1. So this particular lick, nice and slow. 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Kick on some overdrive. Another lick, same shape, right? 7 5 5, 7 on the E string, 5 on the A, 5 on the D, 7 on the A, 5 7 6 5. Do 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 do. Overdrive. Some overdrive. So there you have the Jimmy chord and how it relates to this minor shape right here. The next concept is the thumb concept. So this works for both major and minor chords. So let's make an A minor and a G major. And instead of playing an A minor like this and a G major like this, Jimmy fretted his thumb. Now Jimmy had big hands. This might be tricky, too tricky for some of you guys. I don't have very big hands. I'm actually born with 10 thumbs, as a matter of fact. But on the electric guitar, I can still make this work. So the key is to not worry about this A string. For the minor chord, I'm using my thumb to play the 5th. Then my ring finger plays the 7th fret of the D, and my index is playing those 3 notes right there. Now why that's significant is because shape 1 of our A minor pentatonic is 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. So we're sitting right in that minor pentatonic with our shape like this. If we have our hand like this, we have to roll over to play. If we have our hand like this, we're ready to shred right away. So with this, let's take a look at a particular lick. I think it's good to have at least one lick that you can play verbatim, but really the idea would be to experiment and explore as much as possible. We're going to hammer on the 7th fret from the 5th fret of the G string and pull off back to the 5th fret. Then you're going to get that middle or the ring finger down to your root note, A minor, A note, 7th fret of the D string. Then double stop, 5th fret of both the G and the B. And then back to the 7th fret. Then you come up with your thumb, grab the root note here, the low one on the, and then play the chord. So we get, oops. We put that together and we get. Add some overdrive. Alright, let's take a look at the G chord. That's the minor. The major, we're on a G major now. Pretty similar. Using your thumb on the 3rd fret, ring finger playing the same note, the root 5th fret of the D string. Middle finger plays the G string and 4th fret. And your index is grabbing the 2nd fret of the B and the E. Here you have this hammer on and pull off that you can do from your middle finger. That makes a suspended 4 chord. And you also have this slide here that's from the major pentatonic that you have as well. 3-3, 5-5, 3-3. That's the G major, A minor, thumb idea for both the minor chord and the major chord. how it sits in shape 1, and 2 licks that you have available from your shape here with the major chord. Minor chord or A minor chord, we can also get some cool soul ideas that Jimmy was no doubt inspired by someone like Curtis Mayfield for. So we make an E minor, really E flat minor, bar the 7th fret, and you can hammer on into it right away to get this cool sound where you're hammering into the 7th fret or the 8th fret of the B string and the 9th fret of the D string. And with your pinky, you can play the 10th fret of both the B and the E. So let's just hammer on into it, and then a basic lick. Walk through it 10, 7, 10, 8. Keep it pretty basic so you can get comfortable with it. Down, up, down, down. Down, up, down, down. We'll add a strum to it where we're going to go down, up, down, down, and then we're going to do the lick. Down, up, down, down. Cool. So that is the minor. Now you also have these ideas where you can hammer on, remove both your fingers, because you have a minor pentatonic shape right here that's 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 10, 7, 10. Which is shape 4 of the minor pentatonic. And one riff you can do here is hammering on to from the 7th fret to the 9th fret of the G string, and then the D string, and then hammering on to the 10th fret of the A. So we'll hammer on, and then we'll play open, hammer on, play open, hammer on, play open. Feel free to mix up, experiment with those ideas as much as you want, and know you can feel free to experiment with that minor pentatonic as much as you want as well. Okay, so the next one we want to talk about is this cool single note, like muting, but you're still strumming all the strings, kind of like a rake thing. Jimmy could strum all 6 strings and mute 5 of them and pull out the notes that he wants. And then so can you. If Jimmy can do it, you can do it. You just got to learn how to do it and take the time to practice. So my thumb is muting the E and the A strings, and then I'm playing right here the 7th fret of the G string, and I'm using that kind of minor grip that we did with the earlier from the thumb over on the minor. My index or my ring finger that's muting or playing rather the G string is also making contact with the D string. So those first three notes are muted, and then I have my index finger resting on the B and the E. So those are muted as well. So if I strum through all 6 strings, you're only going to actually hear fretted 1 string. I'm playing the 7th fret, the 9th fret, 7th fret, and then D string 9 and 7. And I'm trying really hard to just make it so you only fret just those notes and all the other notes are muted. So it's going to take some time to get this down, but this would be the exercise that you would do to practice it. Down, up, 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 down. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a. If we put some wah wah to that. Mixing some of those ideas that we had with our thumb on the minor chord with the thumb on the E string. So that's, again, an exercise that's going to take you a while to get down, but really practice this one exercise. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a. Once you feel confident with this, then you can take this exercise and you can take the exercise and you can turn it into something different, and you can start to add the riffs and the licks and the bends and all that. But get comfortable with the idea of playing just those one notes and muting everything else before you even try that. Okay, so now let's say hypothetically you wrote a song on your acoustic and it goes G, B, D, back to G. You got lyrics, you got melody, you got everything, and that's the base of your song. You can totally these techniques and make it something totally different from what you started out with. All right, and there you have it. That's a bag full of Jimi. Hope you dig it. 10thumbspro.com. Catch you next Monday for our next guitar lesson. Excellent, everyone. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the tutorial here at 10thumbspro.com. We appreciate you trusting your learning with us. Keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on loving life. Keep on jamming the guitar, and we're going to keep on teaching you. And we will catch you next Wednesday or next Saturday for the next lesson. Life is good, my friends. Take care. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Rock and roll.